Hey, how's everybody doing? So welcome to the channel. Right now, I'm driving to pick up my bike. So just want to start off the channel, I guess you could say. I'm gonna start doing some videos on. I'm buying a GSXR 600 to be my first bike. So I want to kind of show my experience because a lot of people can talk about being a new rider and stuff, but I want to be safe and I want to be careful doing it. So I may not talk a lot when I'm on the bike the first few times. But I got my GoPro and everything, so I'm getting my bike delivered. I don't recommend buying a brand new bike and then taking it and riding it home, especially if you got to ride in traffic, things like that. So I'm having it delivered. It's not cheap. It's like 150 bucks or something like that. Just like a 20-minute drive away, but I don't want my first experience on the bike driving it home and something going wrong, because I want to ride for years to come and everything. I've been waiting a long time saving up for this bike. I went and already paid for it like a week or two ago. Just waiting to get off work early one of these days on, because they have weird hours and stuff like that. But so we're going. I have a storage garage I'm going to keep my bike at. It's like a half mile down the road from my house. So I'm going to keep the bike there. I'm going to just go pick it up whenever I want to go for rides on the weekend. If I want to go to work and ride on it. But first things first, I'm definitely going to practice a lot on this bike. I have a parking lot where I park sorry, I'm just driving through some traffic here. But I have a parking lot right outside the garage, and across the street there's another baseball field and some area to ride around and practice. So I want to show you that whole process. Just my first time getting on the bike. Hopefully I can get my GoPro working everything first try. I've been testing it. We'll do a video on that as well, just setting everything up. But just welcome you guys to the channel. I'm going to be riding on my brand new 2019 GSXR 600. So I'm really excited. I know it's not a great first bike, but I mean it's my dream bike. I've been saving up for this bike since I was like 16 years old. Definitely been a process in buying it. Not everyone's very supportive of the bike decision, but it's something I want to do, and definitely really excited, a little bit nervous to pick it up. So I'm going to show you guys them bringing off the truck, see if I get there before them. Just kind of show you the bike, what it's all about, and do some videos. So if you guys want to follow me along in this process of learning how to ride and just all the different things, and kind of do some moto vlogging, who knows, definitely go below, subscribe, hit the notification bell when I do some new videos. I'm real excited about this bike, and I've been waiting a long time for it, like I said. So let's go ahead, check out the bike. Hopefully they get there soon, because I'm on my way over now to meet them, because they had to deliver it today. So stay tuned, guys, and let's check it out. Alright guys, so here's the little garage unit I got. It's like 60 bucks a month, pretty sweet. So all I need for a motorcycle, and I'm just waiting for it to show up. I'm actually curious. I don't know if they'll be riding it over. I live in like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, so I got it from Barnes Bros Motorcycles. So they're delivering it. I'm assuming it'll be on a trailer, but who knows? Maybe they'll ride it over. So we'll find out. If I can catch them on camera when they're pulling in, we'll check that out. But I'm excited to see the bike. I'm pumped. Alright guys, here we have it. So I got my new bike all unloaded. It was actually in a van. So a big shout out to Barnes Bros. Really excited to ride this bike. Obviously slow and steady. I don't know if I mentioned before, this is my first bike ever. So I took the safety course and I got my license probably 3 years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a long time. I've been researching like a crazy person, watching every video I can. Put some stuff down in the description on some good channels to watch if you're a new rider, or even not, just trying to get better and practice constantly, always trying to practice. But I'm talking from a newbie, so I've never even been on a bike on the road. So I'm gonna take this thing around here, try to get my helmet all set up, just gonna feather out the clutch and kind of practice here. I got this garage back, you saw I opened that up. It's like a 6 foot by 12 foot or 14 foot. So they got my helmet there, got the Arai helmet. I got my shoes on, jeans, I got my full gear, I got a jacket on, gloves. I have better pants
but I got the wrong size, so I got to return those, so I don't want to wear them out and then not be able to return them. But really excited. Bike is looking really fresh because it's brand new, 2019, first owner. So went and bought this bike 2 weeks ago, just wrote a check. I've been saving up this bike for a long time. If you're gonna go get a bike brand new, I don't really know if it's better to go new or used, but I was just a lot more comfortable going through the dealership. So that was the way I went through it. I had the money, been saving up for a long time. I bought my gear 2 weeks before I bought the bike. So go buy your gear, don't go cheap on it. Expect to spend like 2,000 bucks. I mean, you're talking about your safety, and I want to ride for years and years to come. So I'm gonna take it slow and easy, do it the right way, learn from other people's mistakes. But let's go ahead and get my helmet on, get my legs around this bike.
Alright guys, let me pop this open. It's a little hot out. I'm not going fast or anything. Open up my visor, got my gloves here. Alright, so I got the purple Panda microphone going on right now. I got my GoPro linked up with my phone. So I'm probably going to go ahead and pause this real quick, make sure you can hear me, and then I'm going to go forward from there. Alright, so everything sounded good. Just going to keep this on, throw it in my pocket. Make sure everything keeps recording. So I won't be surprised if something goes wrong and I have to redo this. But let's see how it all goes. This guy hits my bike. This would be a shame. First person to mess up my bike wouldn't be me. Be a sigh of relief, but I would be not happy. Get the gloves on. And I'll probably cut out a lot of this footage because I'll be talking slow. But alright, got my gloves on. I think I'm all ready to go. First thing, got my clutch. I got my kickstand down. Flip a leg around this thing. I'm gonna sit on it and just get comfortable for a minute. Because definitely very nervous. Not going to lie, guys. Really nice bike, but I don't want to mess up. And I'm gonna take my time. I might just do this for 10 minutes and then call it a day, and then kind of go look at the video, take a deep breath, and kind of work from there. Just kind of talking first person with you guys. Put my kickstand up. This is the true experience of buying your first motorcycle and not being on a bike in years. So I've been on it once just for the course. It wasn't this bike. Obviously it was like a 250, like cruiser kind of thing. Whatever they do at the safety course. So alright, so right now I can rock the bike. Means I'm in neutral. I'm going to go ahead and pull the clutch in. I'm not, you know what, I'm just going to just not even talk. I can voice over it later because just I don't want to think about recording, which is my concerns before. But let's go ahead, kick it down to first gear. Got the key on. Let's turn the bike on. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Puppy is loud. I'm probably gonna just walk the bike a little bit. So there's a clutch, releasing. I go. Okay, so I was grabbing the throttle there. That's really bad. Alright, have the clutch in. 2 fingers on the brake. Slowly let that clutch out. Just walk the bike. Clutch out. Let's walk it back. Two hands on, fingers over the brake. Let's look up. I'm looking down. Let's look up. Release the clutch. Let's just walk it. Clutch in. Feel the brake a little bit. Check my mirrors. Make sure no one's coming around the lot. Pull the clutch in. Let's stop. Check my mirrors. No one's back there. I'm not even comfortable getting my feet on the pegs yet, so I just gotta feel where the bike's at. So I still have a lot of time to just take my time. I'm gonna do a lap here. So not touching the
throttle at all. I'm just kind of talking in my head, like whispering to myself. So I realize I'm talking to you guys, but I'm just talking to myself. So it's kind of just, right now I'm moving my feet, I'm walking the bike, keep my head up. Really light on the clutch, feeling that feather zone. Just kind of letting that clutch out. Let it out, let's feel the bike. Grab that clutch a little bit. Not rolling on the throttle at all. Stop right there. Have my foot up on the peg a little bit right now. Just kind of keep walking it. Let's go ahead, pull that clutch in, brake, clutch is in. I'm gonna back this thing up. Clutch is in, pushing opposite way of the throttle just to make sure I don't kind of grab it. Was a bump there. This bike definitely can feel the weight whenever you're going uphill. But let's go ahead, not touching anything here. I got my clutch in, hand on the brake. Get it straight. Pull the brake. Let's see if I can get the neutral here. Neutral, there we go. Let go of the clutch. Alright. Take a little deep breath here. I don't know if you can see me in the reflection of the bike. You can see this thing's got 5 miles on it. Engine's heating up, it's around 158. It's hot outside today. It was 89 degrees and I was coming out of work. It was cooler at my house because the sun was setting with all the trees, but here it's still sunny, so. Alright, let's just keep doing this. I'm just gonna go slow. I know this is gonna be a real slow video. I don't want to be boring, but I mean, if it's your first time buying a bike or riding a bike, this is what I want to see. So I'm always researching things and trying to watch other people's stuff, so I don't want to talk and get distracted. So I'm just kind of talking to myself in my head right now. I'm in neutral, I'm just kind of taking a deep breath. But this is my first experience on a motorcycle in like 5 years, so definitely just been thinking about this for a long time, but I don't want to go flying anywhere. I mean, I'm in no rush. I just want to kind of do what I'm supposed to do. So gotta pull the clutch in, drop down into gear, and slow on that clutch. I can feel the bike pulling a little bit. I'm just gonna hold it right there, let it pick up a little bit of speed, get around that grate. Let's see how far I can let the clutch out and still let it pull me without stalling. So right now my feet are coming off a little bit. I'm gonna pull that clutch in, brake. Kind of want to get my feet up on the pegs and just go a little bit, but I don't want to rush it either. I'm in no rush. I got all day. I can come back tomorrow and do this. That clutch out. Alright. There we go. So right there, I picked my feet up for a second. I felt the bike. Then I pulled in the brake and I got my feet down. I'm going to do that probably a couple times. Keep turning back and forth in this little alley here I got. And then I'll kind of branch off from there. I might do this for 10 minutes and I might call it a day, put it in the garage, be careful, and then come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Just release the clutch a little bit, let the bike pull, I'm walking it. There's feather on the outside clutch. Not even gonna try to turn. Just go straight, come up here, pull the clutch in, brake. Nice. That was nice. Alright, hand on the brake. Keep my head up. Let's look around. Back this bike up, do that again. Not even going to attempt to turn it with my feet on the pegs. Here, let's pull the clutch a little bit. Help me turn around. No gas at all. If I do gas, it's an accident, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm really focusing on the clutch right now. Anything surprises me, any noises, anything, I'm going to put it back into neutral. That was good. But anything surprises me, my hand's on the clutch, first thing I'm thinking is pull clutch. I'm not going to be crazy on the brakes, I'm not going fast. Even if I do, it's not going to throw me anywhere because I'm not going more than a few miles an hour. I don't even know, I wasn't looking. But let's do it again, let's just go straight.
Okay, so that kind of cut off on us there. I was kind of worried about that happening. I wasn't sure what was going to go on, but I've been kind of testing with the audio. But basically what happened is my phone hit like 20% and it was like a low power mode warning, whatever, and it cut off the video. So I only rode for maybe 5-10 minutes more. I was starting to get a little bit more comfortable with the bike. I was getting my feet up on the pegs. I mean, whenever I ended the video, I did it once for a second, you probably couldn't even tell. But what I ended up doing was, first, guys, this is, I probably didn't clarify this much. I kind of mentioned a few things, but this has been, I took the safety course when I was like 18 years old. I got my license, I passed the safety course. I had a weekend of doing stuff on paper, had a test, and then I had a weekend of riding. So it was like, I don't know how many hours it was, maybe 2, 4, 8 hours, whatever it was. Saturday, Sunday, at the end of the course, you take your test, you do the whatever, the swerves through the cones, you do your figure eights, whatever. You can't drop the bike, and if you pass, you're pretty much good to go. Throw you on the road, you have your license. So I've had my license for years. I'm 23 now, so I've had my license for like 5 years. I've been just really just dying to get a bike. Finally bought a bike, started on a big bike, but definitely gonna take my time, grow into it. But whatever got cut off is what happened was I ended up going back and forth through those two around the garage. I'd go up, down it. I would go down the pass. I'd get my feet on the pegs, just using the clutch. At one point in time, I did rev the throttle on accident, which kind of just a mistake. I was trying to push away from the throttle so I wouldn't touch it, but the one time I went the other way, nothing happened. Bike got loud. I had the clutch in, so I just pulled the clutch even harder, stopped the bike, realized what I was doing, and then I kind of just moved forward from there. But what I ended up doing is I actually did make a few turns around, really started to stress even after 2 times of doing that, really have to turn your head and look where you want to go. Because when I was going the first time around, I took it real wide. I stood the bike up, which I wasn't leaning really, but I stopped the bike, backed it up, and kept going. After I did that a couple more times, just going down and back, going down straight, stopping the bike, turning around, going back, I started going around the turns. I only think I went left. I never made a right turn. That might be in the video. I think it cut off. No, it was later in the video. It's probably 5 or 8 minutes of footage that we lost there. Kind of stinks, but I mean, we still got some good footage there. Was really nervous, so I'm glad to get this kind of, I got the bike and then I had to get it in the garage. I was working on going straight, using the clutch, turning around, using my head, really exaggerating, but not really. I was turning, looking where I want to go. When I was turning and my eyes were over here, that's where I went. So you have to turn your head, look where you want to go. Don't even worry about this stuff over here because it doesn't matter. Focus on where you want to go. I was only using the clutch. I was comfortable. I had my feet on the pegs for pretty much the whole time after like a minute later where it cut off. So get your feet up on the pegs. I was comfortable. I was slowly laying the clutch out and I was holding it consistent. So I was doing that, going in circles. I'd probably every like 2 laps I'd stop, put it neutral, take a break. My left hand was really getting tight. Like right here in between my knuckles and my wrist, I was getting really tight because I was tense. I was really holding that. Whenever I pulled the clutch in, I was just really tense. So it was hard because I couldn't get like 2 fingers on the handle and 2 on the clutch. You had to do the whole hand because I'm pulling it all the way. So just I'm getting used to all those things. So if you're not riding, which I'm assuming most people watching this have never ridden a bike or just buying a bike, most people that are experienced and stuff like that might kind of give some bad comments and stuff are probably not going to watch this video. It's not for you. But if you are, great, thank you. Anybody, if you're new or old to riding, send me comments. Please subscribe. This is my first video. So subscribe, follow the journey. This is my first day getting the bike. They just dropped it off. I got on the bike for the first time. Haven't been on a motorcycle in 5 years, and before that, I've only been on a motorcycle for 2 days. So very new rider. I'm weeks away from taking it on the road and riding around, but I'm gonna practice all the time. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna ride it around the garages, get real comfortable. Eventually, I'll go across the street. There's another parking lot where I can really work on my figure eights, my turns, actually using the throttle, things like that, which I'll do that before I get over. But I'm gonna keep working on things like that. So definitely keep following along. But this is kind of just explaining the process of really nervous, getting those initial jitters away, keeping my head up, I'm almost talking to myself. I think I said that, but I don't wanna get distracted and focus on these videos when I'm riding and make mistakes, or at least more mistakes. So try to stay calm. I've been researching and just studying and learning constantly for years. I mean, the last 2 weeks I've watched videos every night for hours on just riding motorcycles, different vlogs, things like that. So it really motivates me to give more information for you guys. So anyone looking at this stuff, kind of see it from my eyes, and you can kind of relate it to your own life when you go get on the bike for the first time, what you should do. I would never, after today, I would never even dare to drive the bike home for the first time from the dealership. That's like a 20-minute ride. I was on the bike for 15 minutes in the parking lot, and I was like, whew, good day, let's call it a day. Don't even try to ride the bike home. It's not worth it. You're gonna have problems. If you make it home safe, you're just great. I hope no one gets hurt. But it's just so many things going on. I didn't have to worry about cars, and I wasn't even using the throttle. I was in first gear the whole time. I never even touched the gas. I was just using the clutch, and I was like, that was a good day. There's no rush. I mean, I want to ride for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. I don't want to ride for 2 months and get in a bad accident. Nobody wants to do that, and you're going to kind of deter other people away. You're going to be, oh, this guy got hurt on a motorcycle. I don't want to be that guy. I want to just do what you're supposed to do, ride around, have fun. Maybe in the future, maybe next year, maybe a few months from now, I'll go to the track and maybe not go crazy, but I'll go and learn more about riding my bike, just kind of constantly practicing. You're never gonna perfect riding, and once you think you've perfected it, I think you're gonna mess up. So I know nothing. I've just been researching. I want to be safe. I want to do this the right way. But sorry, I know I'm talking a little bit too long. Thank you all for watching. This was the first day of me getting my bike. I got it delivered. I got in the garage. Putting it in the garage, I wish I had on film because it took me like 6 tries, and that was my biggest fear, is parking in the garage, because there's a gap like that big on the garage. It's like a 3-inch gap and then another 2 inches. So I just clutched it out and I got to it, and I tried to get over, but I was too far in the clutch. So I had to back it up. I had to kind of bump into it, back it up like a couple feet, and I got my wheel up, and then I fell back. So I did that, like, it took me like 6 tries, but eventually I got up onto the curb, and then I had a little like 1-inch gap where I rocked it back a foot to the edge, and then I kind of bumped over it. That took me like 2 tries, and I got it in the garage. I parked it all safe. So great. I got my brand new 2019 all white, which is kind of cool. I like that model. They don't do the all white model or like a solid color. I think they said it's been like 10 years since they did that last. It's usually like they have different colored decals, there's different things. But I love just the simplicity. I like all black, I like all white. I usually wear a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt whenever I'm just going out. I just like simplicity. I like the solid, clean colors. But I got it in the garage, I parked it, I locked it all up, I got home, and now I'm just doing this video, uploading some stuff. So I'll get this whole video up. Obviously you're watching it now, so whenever I get this video up, thank you all for watching. If you want to follow me on this whole process, please like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload my next video. And this is just first person perspective of buying a brand new bike, especially a sport bike over 300 cc's. This is a 600cc bike, and just learning. I mean, there's no rush. I don't want to be the person you see going flying by 100 miles an hour, and when it comes time to turn, they don't know how to control their bike. So I'm not in a rush to do anything. I'm taking my time. I want to ride for a long time. I want to learn the bike. There's a time and a place for everything. If you're a younger rider, or you want to be younger, say you're 16, 18, I'd probably be a little bit more reckless on the bike, so I'm glad I've waited. Right now I'm 23, so I'm glad I've waited a little bit longer, but I'm still young. This has been my dream for years. If I would have gotten that bike years ago, probably would have made some mistakes, but also I'd be a lot more experienced by now. So everything at your own pace. Take your time, safety first. The most important thing is to get home safe so you can ride tomorrow. Be a tomorrow rider, not a in the moment rider. Don't think about, right now I want to do this. Like in my car, I want to do certain things where I want to go this direction or faster or go in front of that car, but just, you got to be smart. You got to have experience on the road. You got to different things, which I plan on learning on the bike and just taking my time, take minimal risk, ride within your limits. But I know this video is going on a little bit too long. Thank you all for watching so much. Please subscribe, follow along, ask me questions. This is my first bike. I went and bought it. It was like About to be next year's model or whatever. It was like last year's model, so it's discounted. Usually if you buy a GSXR 600 brand new, they're like 11, 12,000. I got mine for like 9,500. I think I ended up paying around 10 for it, maybe 10.5 after tax and everything, all the different fees. And then I thought it'd be 150 bucks to deliver it. Barnes Bros, and I think it's McMurray. I'll put them probably in the description as well. But they brought the bike to me in the van. I was ready to pay the guy. He's like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. So really took care of me there. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Barnes Bros Motorcycles. They took care of me. They're like, we know you took your time. I bought all my gear from them. I went there maybe 5 times before I bought the bike, explained my situation, just looked at the bike, and they're like, that's the one for me. I kept looking at it. I just wanted to make it happen. But they were very helpful, didn't charge me. They were glad that I did it the way I did. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, go check them out. They really took care of me. And if you're gonna try to worry about buying a used bike or a new bike and save $1,000, $2,000, in the scheme of things, especially if you're making payments, I mean, in the long run, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. So get the bike you want, take care of it. I have my insurance and everything. I didn't go full coverage. I got mine's like $100 a month. If I did full coverage, like $300 a month. So I'm definitely gonna take it really slow on this bike, even though I'm more important than a bill or insurance on a bike or whatever. But next year, I'm 23 now, like a year and a half, maybe like a year, I'll be 25. Then it drops down to $100 a month, full coverage, so I'll do that. So these are all important things. If you're looking for your bike, you know what you want, you know you can buy it, call the insurance. I have State Farm. Call the insurance agency. Only liability as for like coverage if it's stolen, things like that. And then there's full coverage where it's if you're just riding and you drop it and you're the one at fault, then that's full coverage. So that's gonna be real expensive. If you're young, even younger than me, and you want to get full coverage on a 600,000 cc bike, it's gonna be like $300 a month, $400 a month, really expensive. So if you just don't do it and you go for liability, like $200 a year, whatever it is, like really dirt cheap. But think about it, you're riding a $5,000, $10,000 bike and you total it, just drop it and like it slides off and you're fine, but the bike's totaled. I mean, you're out that money, especially and if you're making payments, they make you do full coverage. That's something to consider too. If I was making payments on this bike, I would have to do the full coverage. It wouldn't be an option. And that's $300 a month. So I'm spending over $3 grand a year on just insurance. So just think about that. I mean, if I ride for 3 years, it pays for the bike and that insurance. So hopefully nothing happens, but they're kind of statistics. Within 3 years, you're gonna tow the bike, so they gotta pay for the bike with insurance. So that all makes sense. But I keep getting sidetracked. Thank you guys for watching. Ask me what you want me to do. Ask me questions. Just stay tuned, guys. I guess I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you guys very soon.